Questions for Shai?
Shai, you never played this late last season into June. How did it affect your offseason in terms of, y'all get some rest, but y'all also work on your game, that kind of stuff? You had a trophy to share with everybody, but how'd your summer go, the offseason?
Yeah, it was good. Like you said, it was a little bit shorter than it has been in the past. I prefer it that way, if you ask me. Yeah, I just managed my time. Took some time off that I think was needed, and then was ready to get back to the work when it was time, and also spend time with my family, my friends, and kind of decompress from I guess everything that an NBA season entails. But yeah, it was good. Just a little bit more precise with my time management, my days managing.
I'd imagine that, once you get to the level that you're at, it's the little things that kind of separate you from the other great players in the league. So how much do you take pride in that behind-the-scenes work in the off-season?
Yeah, it's made me. I was never a player that jumped out the gym or had any insane talents. I had to work for it. I had to craft and carve and mold myself into this player that I am today. I'll never forget that. And because of that, I hold that very dearly and make sure that if I'm doing anything, I'm working at my game and trying to be better. And it goes for everything in life, for sure, to get better at something. But I've had no choice in my career to hang my hat on hard work.
You mentioned, or can you kind of speak to the development of your relationship with Nem in the off seasons and how much of a benefit it is to have someone back home that you can work with when you're there?
Yeah, we've started working together, I think, since the end of my rookie year in the NBA. And before that, just learn as you go. And don't really back then I didn't even really understand what lifting and working out really meant. I thought it was just to get strong. But yeah, we both grown through the whole relationship, personally and in our professions. And to this day, we're super close because of that. But he's been tremendous in this. He's had a hand in this success as much as anybody. I like to say, without him and the work that he does, my body isn't where it is today, and then if your body isn't where it is, you can't go out there and perform. So he has a big hand in this, and he knows that. Nothing new, but yeah, makes it a lot easier as well. I like to be home in the summertime, and he's from where I'm from, so it's perfect.
Yeah, so over here. So what do you think of the proposed all-star format with international players versus USA? Do you think that's a good format?
What is it? I haven't seen it. What is it?
Yeah, they're talking about having a team of, I think, 8 international players and then 2 teams of 8 U.S. players and playing each other and then determining a champion.
I don't know. It could be fun. Before I give my opinion, I like to make sure that I get the opportunity to play in the game.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and then from there, I'll I guess give my opinion.
But if you did have some control over the format, how would you do it?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. The way I see it is they're after guys competing a little bit more, and I'm not too sure if the format is the reason why guys aren't competing. I just guys that make it are grown men and they're gonna compete if they want or not compete if they don't want to, and I think that's what it's gonna come down to. So the changing of the formats it's good, it's fun, keeps the fans engaged. It could be interesting. It's what the league's supposed to do. They do a great job of that. But I think it's gonna have to come down to the players just wanting to play or not.
Shai, the highs have obviously been high for Jet,
but he's had some injuries kind of delay his development. Are there still levels you think he can reach, or that you've seen from him, that you think he could obtain this year?
Yeah, I think everyone in the world that watches basketball can see that Chet isn't even a fraction of where he's going to be. He's missed so many games, and on the biggest stage, in the biggest game of basketball possible, he was 5 or whatever blocks and completely changes the game. He's the kind of guy that just the kind of, he's made to play basketball. He's made to be successful in basketball, from his height to his instincts to his feel, and he's just gonna continue to grow because he has a mentality that sets him apart. So on top of all of the things that are God-given and you can't teach, he has work ethic, and he's driven, and he wants way more for himself. So the universe, the people in the universe have no choice but to watch Chet Holmgren grow for sure into a player that he's going to be.
What do you? We all see the defensive end, and you mentioned it. What he did in the finals. What areas offensively do you think he could take a step in?
I honestly think for a guy like him, the world is his oyster. He can do whatever he wants. Check and shoot. Check and put it down on the floor. Check and post up a small. Check and drive by a big. I think it's just about him tightening those skills and figuring out where in the game, when in the game, how in the game, and that's a little bit on the team and guys like myself as well, to make sure he's getting those opportunities in the live play in the games to craft those skills. It's a little bit harder. A guy like myself, I got to craft my skills while we were, you guys could say, rebuilding and not as competitive. So it was just more trial and error. He has less room to wiggle, but I'm sure he'll figure it out, and it's on myself to make sure that he gets those opportunities and gets some reps and some run and help him figure out that process.
Shai, after the finals, we didn't get to talk to you before we knew the full extent of Dub's injury. I just wanted to ask you, can you put into context what he was going through and watching him sort of gut it out throughout the playoffs, getting 40 in the finals and beyond that?
Yeah. Dub, yeah, he's a warrior. He just did whatever it took. And he's been that all year. He's been that since he got here. He's been that for us. He's been like a Swiss Army knife and just does whatever. We have no bigs. He plays the 5. He has a broken wrist. He has 40 in the finals. He's a competitor at his heart. And when that kicks in, it takes over. And he's a winner because of it. So it's impressive what he's done. I'm not surprised though. He's a big-time talent, big-time competitor, big-time personality, and he stepped into those moments because of it.
Doug mentioned that you guys aren't.
Go ahead, Justin.
Sorry, Doug mentioned that you guys aren't defending it out. You're on the offensive. I'm sure it's easy to say that you want to wipe the slate clean, but how much as a competitor do you enjoy being the top dog, the team with the target on your back?
Yeah, it's what you strive for. We've all achieved something that we've dreamed about since we were kids. We've had plenty of time to relish and think about it and have fun, and I guess you can kind of say just soak in it. I know how I have, but yeah, like Dub said, it would suck to lose the NBA championship in 2026. So that's the new focus. That's the new goal. And how we get there is the same as it's always ever been. Daily improvement, focusing on trying to get better at the things that we can control every day. Hopefully we look up and we've accomplished the same thing we just accomplished.
Shai, we saw you
Last
also,
one.
Bring the trophy back home in front of your hometown, Hamilton, show it off in front of thousands of people. What was that experience like? And what was just the experience like, going through the NBA offseason with showing off all your trophies and everything that you accomplished in the last year? Specifically, how was it like to do that in your hometown or something?
Yeah, it's surreal. Seeing a lot of people I grew up around, seeing a lot of places I grew up playing and going to school, and the library I used to go to as a kid. Like just seeing those communities and those people, and giving them a chance to, I guess, celebrate and feel kind of what I felt. So it was very special. I couldn't imagine as a kid Delario buying coming to Hamilton. So I kind of like try to flip perspective and think about it that way. But yeah, it was special, and I'm glad that the city and the fans got to kind of enjoy that moment a little bit, as I have. They deserve it, and they've been great.
Thank you, Shai.
Thanks, Shai.